What's going on, guys? It's Cheesy and welcome back to another Sunday breakdown. Hope you all are doing well. This is Monday the 14th. Guys, I've been a little slacking on content lately. I apologize for that. Hopefully, now that we're free, final exams over, we can get back into the swing of things, can get back into daily content. I really hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, leave a like on the video, consider subscribing, guys. The growth has been amazing. Really do appreciate that. But today we'll be taking a look at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix Baku Street Circuit. Very fun one, very tricky one, difficult. We saw that a lot of people did struggle here, and it was becoming quite a big issue on tires. We'll talk about Pirelli and everything that you need to know to get you up to speed for this French Grand Prix this weekend. Triple header now. I believe it is France, Styria, and Austria. Both at Styria and Austria are both at the Red Bull circuit, so that should be interesting. But let's play the intro. So going into this breakdown, we have back-to-back streak circuits. Monaco, the race at Monaco, very eventful, very fun one. Probably not for the Mercedes team. They did struggle at both these Grand Prix, but we'll be talking about that and Azerbaijan, a very fun Grand Prix, and it's a very difficult circuit, very hard, and we see that a lot of drivers did struggle this past weekend. Going into free practice 1 now. Of course, there is always 3 free practices, but unlike Monaco, it's not weird. We have a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just 3 days in a row. You don't have to worry about waking up early on Thursday. You have that day of rest. But going into that now, we have Nikita Mazepin going 20th. With a 146.9, Mick Schumacher just ahead of him with a 146.899 in 19th, Nicholas Latifi in 18th, George Russell in 17th, Ocon 16th, Vettel 15th, Tsunoda 14th, Stroll 13th, Giovinazzi 12th, Raikkonen 11th, Valtteri Bottas 10th, Fernando Alonso 9th, Lando Norris 8th, Hamilton 7th, Gasly 6th, Ricciardo 5th, Perez 4th, Sainz 3rd, Leclerc 2nd, and Max Verstappen 1st. Very nice to see the Ferraris go 2-3. Nice to see that. And then you see Sergio Perez doing very well there. Danny Ricciardo on top form right there in the 5th place. And then Pierre Gasly also outperforming his teammate in AlphaTauri, Yuki Tsunoda, in 14th place. I need to talk about Yuki, and I'll talk more in depth about this in the race. But I really think all the guys, all the first years, all the rookies, not first years, rookies, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and Yuki Tsunoda, I think that they would have been better off if they had stayed in F2 for 1 year. Obviously, you can't do that when you win the title, because that's how it works. If that was in F1, man, we'd have some interesting people. Maybe we'd say Nick DeRives. I'm not sure how you see that, but he's making a name for himself in Formula E and also Le Mans. But the Le Mans Series car, I think, is WEC, or no, that's not World Endurance Championship. Whatever that championship is, it is WEC, because he's with the G-Force Racing or whatever it is. He's doing very nice there, and happy to see him doing well. But we do see that as well. And Yuki Tsunoda, if he had spent some time just honing in his skills, I think he would be a great driver. But I don't think he's performing up to the pace of AlphaTauri standards that Pierre Gasly has been delivering. But Max Verstappen showing consistency, and Red Bull showing that they're top form once again, as they both lead the charts. Sergio Perez with the 142.115, making that the number 1 position in FP2. Max Verstappen falling closely behind with the 142.216, only 1/10 behind Ferrari, doing very nicely as they do a 3-4. Carlos Sainz 3, Charles Leclerc 4. But going down the order now, you have Nicholas Latifi in last in FP2 with the 20th place, 146.983. Mick Schumacher 19th. Nikita Mazepin 18th. George Russell. 17th, Valtteri Bottas, not putting in the quality laps that he'd like in 16th, Sebastian Vettel. 15th, Lance Stroll. 14th, Daniel Ricciardo. 13th, Kimi Raikkonen. 12th, Lewis Hamilton. 11th, Yuki Tsunoda. 10th, Esteban Ocon. 9th, Lando Norris. 8th, Giovinazzi. 7th, Fernando Alonso. 6th, Pierre Gasly. 5th, and then the Ferraris and Red Bull Racing Honda. Just a full name that it is there. But you do see that the Mercedes are struggling a little bit here for pace, and we do see that multiple times as they just haven't been on top form and haven't been able to capitalize on anything here, which is a shame because they are great drivers and they do have to make it a little bit interesting. So nice rest, Friday night, night's rest, and you get back at it tomorrow. Right for qualifying, you put in your last stuff. Interesting enough, though, I think the Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen kind of swap places as Lewis Hamilton goes third fastest and Max Verstappen goes 15th fastest. A little bit interesting there to see that. But going down the order now, Nikita Mazepin 20th with a 145.7. He is improving there, which is nice to see. Mick Schumacher ahead of him. George Russell 18th, Giovinazzi 17th, Nicholas Latifi 16th, Max Verstappen, as I said, 15th place with a 143.98. Not his best lap, but it is understandable that we'll see that how he pans out in qualifying. Obviously, you're just getting used to the car, doing some slower runs, and then you'll make it faster during qualifying. Kimi Raikkonen 14th, Valtteri Bottas 13th, Lance Stroll 12th, Sebastian Vettel 11th, Daniel Ricciardo 10th, Esteban Ocon 9th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Fernando Alonso 7th, Lando Norris 6th, Carlos Sainz 5th, Charles Leclerc 4th, Lewis Hamilton 3rd, Sergio Perez 2nd, and Pierre Gasly. Very nice indeed. Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful top form. 142.251. Now, if you go to qualifying, it's in qualifying 1, the pole sitter, I won't say his name right now, did a 142.241. He did a 142.251. So that's 100th off, of the pole sitter. Not bad. In Q1, mind you. Not bad. Pierre, hat off to you. This dude is a great driver. He's so underrated. But I think that this AlphaTauri suits him best. I really do. I think that this car suits him the best because he has been able to do things that I don't think he's kind of lifted the Red Bull curse. As feeder series, you see a lot of guys that come from F2 Red Bull training camps. They're not doing great. Obviously, you have Renault, which doesn't get a lot of their drivers into F1, which is understandable because they do already have great drivers. They're a great team. They don't need that stability. But Red Bull, who has 2 teams to work with here, they do need that help. And we see that they sometimes don't perform to top form when they get to F1, but it's nice to see Pierre Gasly doing well here, and he does do outstanding in qualifying. Q1, we have 2 guys who don't set times because let's say this. Baku is a street circuit. It's very difficult to stay within track limits sometimes at some points, Turn 1 is one of those points. Other turns, very difficult to stay within track limits. So Giovinazzi and Lance Stroll times were deleted at stewards' discretion and didn't set time. So they'll be starting from the back. However, when I go to the race, keep that in mind. And when I talk about these guys and how well they did, Nikita Mazepin 18th, Mick Schumacher 17th, and Nicholas Latifi 16th. It's kind of like a freebie for some of those guys just to move up. It was disappointing, though, that they weren't able to get on it on Q2. We see that George Russell goes slowest with a 142.758. Kimi Raikkonen 14th. Daniel Ricciardo 13th. Esteban Ocon 12th. And Sebastian Vettel 11th. Over and over again, we have seen Daniel Ricciardo not perform at his top best. And I think that has to do with the car. A Mercedes engine is not something that he is used to. I believe in 2018 is when they made the switch to 2019 was when they made the switch to Honda. So he was racing with the Infinity engine, I believe, and Renault. If I am mistaken, please let me know. And then he was racing with another Renault engine. And it's difficult because he has a Mercedes engine now and in a McLaren car, something that is so foreign to him. Very, very foreign. And I think he's just trying to put his best foot forward and see what he can do. But that's all right because I do love Ricardo and everything's all right. Sebastian Vettel also struggling for some pace, but we know that their pace form is very good. Top 10 shootout. We do see a lot of people struggle here, including the likes of Perez and Bottas. Bottas in 10th place on their starting grid with a 142.6. Fernando Alonso 9th place. Yuki Tsunoda 8th. Sergio Perez 7th. Lando Norris. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Love to see it. Future star. He signed a couple-year contract with Mercedes McLaren, and he'll be doing well with them in 6th place today. Carlos Sainz in 5th. Pierre Gasly, very nice qualifying with a 141.565. That dude is fast. He is very nice form. Only 200ths behind Max Verstappen in 3rd place. That just gives you a little bit of idea, and he's within 3/10 of Charles Leclerc, the pole sitter. Lewis Hamilton 2nd, and Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari number 1. Very nice from him, and very nice that they were able to do that. Happy for him. Now moving on to the race now. We'll talk a little bit about the race and how things went. We did have 4 DNFs, and 2 of them were due to just spins. There was a lot of talk about Pirelli and how their tires have held up, and we'll be talking about that in a little bit. So going off the start now, we have Esteban Ocon in the Alpine, who finishes 3rd, or who gets 3 laps in and DNFs, not finishes 3rd. Don't mind that. He DNFs on lap 3. Lance Stroll, very nice. He had made his way up to 4th place, but he lost control on the straight. I believe it was like 2nd to last penultimate turn, or like it's not even a turn. It's just like a curve. Yeah, it's a curve. It's not even a turn. Penultimate curve. Let's say that. I think that's where he lost it, and he spun out. Very disappointing because he was doing very well from starting, I believe, at 18th place or 19th place. 19th place. Very nicely done from him, and it was very nice to see he was doing that. So disappointing. He lost control. I think the grip got the best of him. He just simple loss of control that happened to Max Verstappen as well. And I have to credit it to the tires because I believe there were some punctures and some things with loss of grip that had to do with them spinning out, them struggling for grip, and it was disappointing to see. Just to say the least, because I love these guys and they're great drivers, and when you see them struggle because their equipment is not up to par or up to the standard that it needs to be. We saw this at what was Silverstone last year, or the 70th anniversary Grand Prix. I don't know, whichever one it was. It was at Silverstone, and Lewis Hamilton had to struggle to keep his tires in check, and he did because he's a world-class athlete. But nothing is super fabulous about this, and that caused him to DNF, but also a red flag. Race restart. George Russell gets a couple laps in before DNFing as well. But we do see that slow pit stops from Sergio Perez, but he does bounce back to win the race. Very nicely done from Sebastian Vettel. Love this guy. He's great guy, world class, world champion, and he knows what he's doing. He comes in 2nd place, and then Pierre Gasly moves up. Top form from him. Very nicely done. Love to see it. And he finishes 3rd on the podium. He's gotten a significant amount of podiums, like it's very nice, very nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Now, moving on, talking about the rest of the guys, we see Antonio Giovinazzi, who finished 11th because he started from the back, and I think he could have done a lot more damage. Kimi Raikkonen following in 10th, getting 1 point for the team. They were very close, and I think that they did a fabulous job. Now, a big point of controversy or talk during this is the Mercedes. They finished outside the points. There's no way to put that, no way to sugarcoat it. You can't take it with a grain of rice, grain of salt. Yeah, lost reference there, but Valtteri Bottas in 12th and Lewis Hamilton in 15th. This makes everything a lot more interesting. Obviously, there's a gap that's closed up, but the driver standing doesn't change at all, the top two, because they both were outside the points, DNF and 15th. So that's a little bit interesting. Lewis Hamilton finished second to last, which isn't a great look, but he's amazing, and he's going to bounce back. I knew that. He has to. He has to. But he locked up on the race restart at, I think it was like lap 46, 47, somewhere around there. So he wasn't able to do great. And he locked up in turn one and had to concede all his positions and kind of had to work his way back. Yeah, difficult situation for him. Valtteri Bottas also struggled for pace. Lack of qualifying, I think, and other things contributed to that. But at least he finished above Lewis Hamilton, which is very nice. Nice to see Danny Ricciardo make it into 9th place. 2 points for him. Fernando Alonso going very nicely in 6th place. Lando Norris in 5th. Charles Leclerc 4th. Pierre Gasly, as I said, on the podium very nicely. Sebastian Vettel 2nd, and Sergio Perez winning the race. Very happy for them. Some drivers that you don't usually see on the podium, and very happy for that. Interestingly enough, the driver standings has changed drastically from 3rd down. You have Sergio Perez moving into the 3rd spot with 69 points. Lando Norris moving up with 66. Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari, the highest Ferrari, in 52 points. Valtteri Bottas moving downwards for 47 points. Carlos Sainz in 42. Pierre Gasly in 31. Sebastian Vettel 28, and then Ricciardo in the top 10 with 26. I would love to see my boy move up to 7th. Please, Danny Ricciardo, get some points, man. You are like insane driver, dude. You are insane driver. You got to do this. You have to do this. Teams looking pretty similar. Red Bull Racing now is 174. Mercedes is 148. Very nice from them. McLaren and Ferrari. Ferrari is 49, 94, and McLaren is 92. 2 point gap between them. Very close indeed. And it should be interesting to see how they fare. Moving on to next race is France. We have Styria, and then we have Austria back to back. Hopefully I can get daily content out for you guys. If you guys enjoy, leave a like on the video, smash that like, comment if you want, and then consider subscribing, guys. It's free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff, man? I think everyone just like free stuff, right? It's free. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Until next time, peace.